All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. For the people that is currently in the session, you can say hello and good afternoon, or if you are from the other country, hello to you. And my name is Jaja. I'm from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Department of Soft Skill Competency. And today we have Dr. ODII Elijah with us to speak of today's topic, Global Grant Challenges and Youth Entrepreneurial Initiative. So today we have Dr. Odi with us. He is United Nations Youth and Education Alliance focal person, and he is a lecturer at University of Nigeria in Nsukka, Nigeria, and he is Vice President, African Arm at Asia African Alliance of Learning Organization, which is AAALO, and he is consulting executive officer, CEO, and global interprofessional collaboration mobilizer at People Made Solution Group. And he is also president and resident African resource person at Organization of African Academic Doctors, OAAD, a growing network of African PhD holders in various fields living and working around the world. We are very glad to have Dr. Odi to have the session with us today. And also we have a special guest today, and Dr. Odi are going to introduce him, and he's going to speak for today as well. So welcome, Dr. Odi. Let us give a round of applause to him. And also please reminded that mute muted when you are joining, and please do chat, put your chat, and then say something. If you have any question, you can put in the chat box as well. And later on, we'll have a group photo session. Please do turn on your camera later after I announce, and we will have a group photo later on. And also, there's no sign in and sign out from for today's session. Once you join in for the Utah students, there is no sign in and sign out form. Once you join in, we will be able to capture your attendance. All right, I'll pass the session to you, Dr. D.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, so I'll share my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, so is my screen visible? Is my screen visible now?
Yes. Maybe full screen or reading mode will be yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see. I think there's a few.
Yeah, they'll jump in.
All right. Great. Thank you. I'll pass the session to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jaja. And ladies and gentlemen, I am really excited to be part of this very important session on global grant challenges and youth entrepreneur initiatives, which we are engaging with today, right here with the various people who are participating. And as Jaja has mentioned, we have, beyond myself, we have also our special guest, Udimo Koma ES, who is going to be part of this process. And I'm quickly giving us the content of today's presentation or today's content. So we'll first have this introduction, which has been done or has been started, and then we'll have to introduce this special guest after we're done with that. And the third, we'll have message from our special guest. The fourth, we'll have the introduction to the training. And from that point, we'll go to the fifth, global realities and dangers ahead. And beyond that point, now we'll see the sixth, to see the Malaysia's resources. What are the resources at the disposal of Malaysia for handling the challenges on ground, the risks on ground? What do they have on ground to manage that and to handle that? Then at that point, we will call upon the Malaysian youth, and especially the students of UTA, who will be able to know that this is their turn. And from that point, we will have the eighth item, which is actions. We'll see actions that are needed. We'll see the details in the slide as we progress. And beyond that, we'll see sample entrepreneur initiatives And we'll repeat an assessment that was done by Mr. Tian Wat in his last presentation. There was an assessment that was done. We're going to repeat it, and we'll see the danger of when people abstain from participating. And finally, we're going to have a conclusion. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to thank everyone who has come on board. I want to thank the members of the Organization of African Academic Doctors who are in the house today, and also to thank particularly the DSSC, that's Department for Skills Competency of the UTAR, University Tunku Abdul-Rahman. It's an exciting thing to have this opportunity today. And I thank especially also Mr. Tian Wat, who through whom we have been interacting at various levels, and he's been very supportive and participating in many things we're doing. And it's an exciting thing to progress in that direction. So having seen these things, and of course, you've already got a brief introduction of myself and some of the things I've been involved in terms of initiatives, youthful initiatives, in terms of the actions that must be taken by young people to drive things around the world. Of course, not only the people or the young people at Malaysia need to work hard. Also, young people everywhere in the world need to work absolutely hard to get things flowing and to ensure that things are done and well done around the world. And having seen that, we our guest speaker, or I'm going to let our special guest to come on board first to speak, and after that point, we will I will take it up from there. So, ladies and gentlemen. So that we are just able to flow from that point. I'm going to stand from this place now, and he will take the seat I'm sitting on, and we will be able to hear from him. So he is, as you will get to find out subsequently, he's very passionate about entrepreneurship. He's been trying to learn several things about it. He's not an entrepreneur, but he is an entrepreneur at heart, because he has begun to think about what he must do and how he must engage to ensure that he contributes to making the progress that Africa needs, and of course, hopefully to join up efforts with people from other parts of the world. So I'll give him this seat at this time now, and he will proceed with his own presentation. So please, Mr. OD, you are welcome to the seat. Over to you. Yes. Over. Gently.
Hi, welcome.
Thanks.
Hi. You can start to introduce yourself, then you can continue with your sharing.
Go ahead. Yeah.
My name is ODII Elijah and your last silent. Good day, grandparents, parents, uncles, aunties, students of UTAR and of University Tunku Abdul-Rahman, UTAR, and fellow children here present. I thank the UTAR for inviting me to share my thoughts alongside my father, my coach, Dr. OD. I also thank Mr. Wat, the only Malaysian I knew before this event. He was there at my last presentation during the Africa Day Annual International Conference last month. I hope to get to know more Malaysians through my father. Please permit me to introduce my passion while making a brief introduction of myself. My passion is related to the topic of today's event. After explaining my passion to my father many times, he gave me a name for it. So I'm an advocate for competency-based education and entrepreneurship, ACB. I had to start early because Africa and the world need my help. In the picture you see in the screen, I was 3. And in the picture, I was looking up, maybe into the future. I had to start early because Africa and the world need my help. Global grand challenges are worsening every year and everywhere. For now, what I do is to remind parents, teachers, governments, and the society at large that every child deserves equal opportunity to master necessary skills and through learning. With those skills, they shall grow into successful adults who solve wicked problems. This is what competency-based education and entrepreneurship are basically about, and that may be humanity's surest path to sustainable development. I needed to start early. The present and future awaits me and other kids to help in line with our competencies. Competency-based education, which drives entrepreneurship, manifested in different ways, such as music, solving problems around, getting paid or for free. In this video you are going to watch now, I was 4. And in this picture, I was passionate, and my teacher asked me to sing a song with my friends. So please listen. My name is ODII Elijah C, an African from Nigeria. I was told that our forefathers across Africa lived as one nation, organized into hundreds of prosperous, progressive, and enterprising kingdoms. Our people liked to share what we had with others, but unfortunately, some people who came to us from other parts of the world forcefully took over the kingdoms and the resources of Africa, across Africa. The invaders also kidnapped some of our people and took them away to their countries. After many years of resistance, the invaders began to vacate the continent. At this time, they had created what they called countries, having dissolved the kingdoms and dealt brutal blows on our cultures, environment, and human dignity. Additionally, my parents have been telling me about other challenges of Africa. Under supervision, they have also been allowing my sister and me to learn more from the internet about what regular African citizens, especially the young people, can do to help our countries and our continent. We're currently on a family book reading project, FBRP. The book my dad chose for our FBRP says that everyone is a leader. So far, I've learned that my leadership begins with understanding how the world works. The world works in groups with mutually beneficial interests where everyone contributes and benefits. In the world, the world is like a jungle. And in the jungle, everybody everybody has needs. And if you want everybody to pursue your needs, you must first pursue other people's needs, then pursue your needs. Then, to succeed, first, I must lead myself well by developing good character and personal discipline. Then, I lead my siblings. If I help them become the best they can be, I will grow more people and solving problems and generating comfort. Additionally, my parents have been telling me about other challenges in Africa. Under supervision, they have also been allowing my sister and me learn more from the internet about what the regular African citizens, especially the young people, can do to help our countries and our continent. In pursuit of same goal at intergovernmental level, the Organization of African Unity, OAU, was formed in 1963. By 2063, it shall be 100 years old. To mark that milestone, the OAU now changed to the African Union, AU. AU has set up Agenda 2063, which runs from 2013 to 2063, which was broken into 5 10-year implementation plans. I was born the same year, 2013, and I shall be 50 years old when the Agenda 2063 shall be expiring. By 2063, no matter how the current leaders of Africa love the continent, they may no longer be alive. Even if they are still alive, they may be too weak to support the continent. I believe this because my grandfather passed away in 2017 at the age of 95. This calls for serious engagement by children like me and others who are older than me. My friends and I and all other young people in my generation shall take responsibility of helping Africa move forward from where the current leaders shall stop. As I speak to you now, through entrepreneurial initiative, young Africans are rebuilding all we lost, and we are not living in bitterness. Based on what I have understood, Africa's future development shall be dependent on youth entrepreneurial initiatives, which means that the young people's entrepreneurial activities will help Africa development. Which means if the youths don't do well in their entrepreneurial activities, then Africa will go lower. But if they do well, then they will increase Africa's population and respect. And this is because Africa has over 1 billion people, roughly equal to Europe and North America combined. About 70 are under age 30. It is the fastest growing and youngest population in the world. As a family, we sit together and read some every morning and every night. Then each person share their understanding. The Power of Character and Leadership is the name of the book. In this picture, you see the picture. The Power of Character and Leadership. Every morning, in this picture, you will see a statement, the one with the lion and the gazelle. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows that it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. Every morning, a lion wakes up. It knows that it must run faster than the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It does not matter if you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. In spite of many global grand challenges, in the past 2 years, the leaders of Malaysia have tried their best. Therefore, I encourage you to find out about existing policies which encourage entrepreneurship amongst your people. Prepare yourself even before you graduate. The world has become a global village. Therefore, you're welcome to partner with African young people as well as young people all around the world. Beyond being Malaysian, you're a global citizen and the world is your market. I wish you all the best always. Thank you for your time and attention.
Hey, right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to our special guest, and I'm back on board. And it's an exciting thing to have been able to listen to that. And indeed, it's very clear. He focused a lot about what he has been thinking about and what he's been working on in terms of things that relate to Africa. And we are emphasizing that we have, based on what we've seen as well, we have the clear understanding that the Malaysian young people are just as enterprising, as strong, as passionate as African young people who we have known previously, and according to what he said. So the reality is, young or old, ladies and gentlemen, as you've been able to come onto this event for today, whether you're young or you're old, your approach to lifelong learning may never remain the same by the end of this training. And what does that mean? Of course, lifelong learning has a lot to do with all the totality of how we continue learning, irrespective of how old we are, our ages, or whatever realities of our own existence at that particular point. And irrespective of all of those, we are going to continuously work and engage. And based on that, people make progress and achieve their targets. And of course, this is supposed to last for 2 hours, and quite some minutes have been taken already. Definitely 2 hours, yeah, 25 minutes gone, that's good. 2 hours for the
Hey, hi, Dr. Obi, are you there? Can other people hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear your voice.
Okay, I think is the line is a bit issue. It's okay. We can wait for Dr. Obi to be online again, because just now he actually did inform me that he might have issue with his internet, but it's okay. We'll wait for him. And Thank you everyone for your patience. If you have any question that you would like to ask, you can think about it and you may type in later and ask Dr. Odi, and you also can turn on your mic for the question later on. Meanwhile, let us wait Dr. Odi to be online again. Thank you so much.
And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh, I've seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to be chasing every dream that I have. Oh, no. 'Cause the thing is, I've got more love here than I can bear. Ooh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't
Hi, Dr. Odi, you are back. I see that you're trying to share your screen. Yeah, I can see the screen, but I can't hear your voice yet. Are you able to hold on a second? Dr. Odi is trying to WeChat voice me, so maybe the sound can be from here. Yes, I can hear you now. But I'm not sure whether the participants able to hear you because the sound there is some sound interruption. The sound is not too clear. No, I think hold on a second, everyone.
Okay. Yes. Let me try that.
All right, I can hear you from the Zoom now.
Okay, can you? Okay. So let's try.
Okay. Yeah, we can continue with. Yeah,
Okay.
we can see you now. Try and see if the line is too not too good. Maybe you can off the camera, but as long we can hear your voice, we can try and see this. Currently, we still able to see you.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So as I was saying, please, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the interruption that happened just a few minutes ago. I apologize for that. And we're progressing. So I was saying that definitely by the time we are done, you would find that there has been a change in the way you think about what you have to do with your education for those who are involved in education. And for those who are involved in entrepreneurship already, you will also be able to begin to engage with your entrepreneurial activities a little more effectively. This is Mr. Tien Wat, who in the last engagement he had with the students of UTAR, he took a survey asking people what they intend to do with their education. About 6 people responded. I intentionally masked their names. I removed their names so that people don't need to know who provided the responses. But the first person out of the 6 said the purpose of the education he or she was trying to get was to gain knowledge. The next person said to get a salary job, maybe. And then the next person says to become successful. And then the next person says to make more money in the future. And the next person said personal growth. Indeed, these things are very nice and good. Another person said, so they can choose the job that I prefer. These are beautiful things, but definitely many of them are not definitive. They have not hit any specific thing that they are intending to do. And this could be a dangerous pathway in the world we live in now. Things have changed. The days that people thought in this way, that they were getting an education just for the purpose of maybe getting a job or things of that nature, those days are gone. Now around the world, because of the global challenges and the situations we find ourselves in, people cannot afford to keep thinking that way. So at the end of this, or maybe in a subsequent engagement, hopefully we're going to repeat this assessment and we'll see what the difference could be in terms of people's responses. So these are the global realities and the dangers that face us, face us as humans, dangers that are out there, the dangers ahead for us as humans, irrespective of where we come from. These dangers are there. And Gerard Araud, who is a former French ambassador to the United States and the United Nations, he commented on Twitter some months ago, and he said that right now we are sleepwalking to nobody knows where with respect to the unrest between Ukraine and Russia, and of course, other challenges that are happening in the world. The issue of the global meltdown, where at this time now, we understand that both the borrower and the lender have been hard hit. And the global pandemic has, turned things around in different directions. These are realities that face everyone, and every adult at this time has an understanding that these things are hitting everyone, everywhere. And what can we do about this? The geo-economic challenges, the inflation happening around the world, the several kinds of challenges in different parts of the world. For example, in the West African region, you hear about clashes between herders, non-state armed groups, Boko Haram, and unimaginable senseless deaths happening everywhere. These are global challenges. And as you see, these are wicked problems. And these also represent things that people need to do something about. In many occasions, people cannot make a headway about what these problems are, what these situations are, what they can do about them. There are 217 economies that were, assessed by the World Bank in 2022, this year. And out of those, majority of them are developing countries. Only 80 of them are developed, and 137 of them are developing, according to the World Bank's statistics of how they measure developing and developed countries. Of course, different entities have different ways of measuring their own how they say, okay, this one is developed, this one is not developed. They have different ratings. Now, the greater majority, 80 of them, are developing countries. And these wicked problems here in Malaysia, of course, we need to think, have you been able to identify, where you stand in the problem arrangements that are there? What do you see? So I would like to ask people who are here at this moment. You may use your voice, or you may decide to use the chat box on these seeming chaotic images on my screen. People may be able to see something. So what do you see? What do you see in the first one? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In number 1, can anybody make any sense? What do you see? You may use the chat box. I hope you can still hear me. Hello, can you hear me? Beautiful. Yes, you can hear. Okay, so I'm asking, beautiful. Yeah, Jack, thank you. Great. So now what I'm asking is, for the first image, do you make any sense of it? Do you see anything in it? Can you identify anything apart from the writings? Just looking at the maps, do you make any sense of it? Yes or no, or you can write something specific in the box, in the chat box. Okay, it's a confusing picture. Someone says no, nothing can be made of it. Okay, more responses, please. Somebody may be in something that nobody sees something about. Somebody else may be able to see something. Okay, please go ahead. Okay. So for the first one, everybody is saying it's almost a consensus no. Okay. In the second one, can anybody see somebody? Can anybody see anything in the second one? Do you make sense of anything in the second one? The second one, okay, somebody says, yes, I'm seeing a person, but okay, oh, that's okay, looks like a person. Okay, the third one, of course, obviously seems like it's a person. Then the fourth one, then okay, 6 is old age. Okay. Okay, someone said that number 6 is old age. Okay, for any of the points, okay, feature 1, too chaotic to make sense. Okay, 4 is jellyfish, beautiful. 3 is okay, confusing. It's less confusing. I'd say person. 4 is jellyfish. Okay, what about 5? 5. What do you see in number 5? Anybody make any sense of it? Number 5. Okay, 5 is like monkey. Okay. Another person says person drinking water. Another person says it's like a mountain. Another person says like a frog. Another person says like a gorilla. Another person says like person drinking water. Person drinking water. A person drinking water. Okay, now this is something very interesting. Okay, let's take a pause there. Okay, let's go to 6, and then we'll come back to 5, because 5 seems to be the most interesting. For the 6, what do you see? Number 6, what do you see? Okay, somebody said that 6 is a tree. Another person says a tree. Many people are saying is a tree. Another person says lightning. Another person is writing tree. Another person says a tree. Okay, that's for number 6. Okay, beautiful. Another person says old tree. Okay, a withered tree. Okay. Okay, another person said dry tree. Okay, please go ahead. There's another thing that another person can see. Another person with that tree, something organized with a purpose. Okay, next person, please. Okay, environmental problem. Okay, environmental problem. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Please go ahead, go right ahead. Any more responses to that effect? Any more responses? Okay. Any more responses? Okay, let's see. Okay, like a lion, someone with a lot of knowledge. Okay, someone with a lot of knowledge. Okay, beautiful. Let's take a pause there. And while I'm explaining or while I'm saying something, please just keep, everybody, please, you are free. Keep on. A tree affected by climatic condition. Okay, while I'm saying something about it, please go right ahead. But what we can see, the observation we can do already, say 2 is an old person with a young person, an old with a young person. Okay, please just go ahead and keep dropping those things. We'll be able to read the comments subsequently. But one thing we will be able to agree on is that we can agree that different people are seeing different things from the same set of pictures or the same set of images. And as I progress now, you'll be shocked at something, because I can tell you from hindsight, because I put these things together, and I can tell you that whosoever put these things together has something in mind. But you all have your own responsibility of understanding it the way you see it. And actually, there is no correct answer or wrong answer. Whatever you give, whatever sense you make of the problems you find around you is a correct answer. But then the responsibility will be on you to know what you should do based on what you make of the problems you see around you. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on what you see around you, it's your responsibility to take, a decision. What do I do about this problem? I am educating myself. It could be you're in a school, or you have gone out of school. You may, like I know that many people here are PhD holders. They have gone out of the normal school, and they are now in the process where they are, basically just in the society. They're just doing their own thing. And some of them are working as professors. Some are working, doing different kinds of things. But the reality that's coming to us, ladies and gentlemen, is that the work you are doing is not even any longer sure. The problems that are at the moment looming over the whole scenario, when you look at the situation of inflation in the UK, inflation in the United States, which in the last month, they said it has hit a 43-year-long, the highest level in 43 years, in 40 years, in 30 years, different levels in 20 years. This is the highest level of inflation they've experienced. Around Africa, it's double digits of inflation. In some countries in Africa, we have 17% inflation. And these problems are, getting to unfold in different dimensions. And ladies and gentlemen, just let it be very clear to you that we are in trouble. But as long as we have human beings who are alive, especially young people who have energetic minds that are able to do something about what they find in the environment, who are able to think about what they are seeing, who are able to make a business out of the chaos, out of the chaotic situations we find, what is expected of us as young people is to make a business out of it. And even if you are old, some people who started businesses, like the person who started the Kentucky Fried Chicken, started a business when he was over 40. Some people started businesses at 60. Some people started at 50. I know someone who employs over 900 people now in his company. It's a company I also affiliate with at the Lord's Mean Technology. He started that business, that's in Nigeria. I affiliate to, I'm part of their board members. Now they employ about 900 people. And when that business was started, it was started with 1,000 Naira. And with the current rate of exchange, that's just about in the neighborhood of $3 or $3 to $4 or $2, depending on where the people get it. Now, the implication of that is that he has been able to start off something like that. And when he started, he was already over 40. When he started, getting the various things like that. So he didn't start so young. And the reality is that no matter what you see, no matter what you make of the situations around you, your responsibility for you to be able to survive and for you to be able to contribute effectively towards the advancement of humanity, what is expected of you is to find a way of doing something about it, especially doing it in such a way that you can be paid for it, organizing it in an entrepreneurial space, organizing as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs identify problems and they take, risks to be able to solve those problems. And I will explain that subsequently. And based on the responses you gave, ladies and gentlemen, of course, today I want to thank you for being part of the speaker for today. I want to just mention that some of the responses that were received, let me do some analysis. For number one, it seems that all of us agreed that nobody can make any sense out of it, apart from what has been written. Apart from those things that are written down that says the wicked problem. So indeed, it's a wicked problem. And when you begin to engage your mind in the problems you find around you, ladies and gentlemen, what I found is that sometimes it may be so chaotic that it makes no sense. But the same instruments around you, if you begin to rearrange them effectively, you are going to be able to begin to make some sense out of it. In the second image, some people said it's like a tree. And some people said it's like a person. Some people said it's like it's just chaotic. Somebody said it's like two is an old with a young person. That somebody is an old person standing with a young person. And indeed, when I look at it, if you can see my screen, can you see my cursor? Can you see my cursor? So let me make the illustrations here. Can you see my, okay, beautiful, great. Thank you. So you see now, this place looks like the mouth of someone, like someone who is raising the head in this way, like the person is shouting or making a shout. And this is kind of the jaw. This is the jaw. And this is like the neck. And this is the collar of the shirt that the person is wearing. This is the shirt that the person is wearing. So now it makes a little sense. For a person who saw it as a tree, the person saw it like this is the root and these are the branches, going right up there and all of that. And then another person saw it like an old person and a young person. So that person would think that, okay, this is an old person or is it a young person? And then there's another person here, down here. You see the shirt of the person, see the curvature, look at the collar. And then this place is like a button or a notch at the neck region. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I explain this now, does it make a little more sense? Does it give some kind of sense? For those who said it was like a tree, they have their reason. You see, this place, it looks like the base of the tree, like the roots and things like that. And this looks like the branches right up there. But here now looks like a human being, So just one person said it looks like, let me see if I can see the person's name. Is DE. Okay, that's David Ezekoye. David Ezekoye said that it looks like a person. Now, David Ezekoye has a special mind. He has a special mind for him to detect that these, that this thing happened this way, that this looks like a person, an entirely different. I must tell you, I didn't see it this way previously. The one I was able to see was that this is like a person. When I was preparing, I was able to identify that this is like a person, but I did not see this second person that Ezekoye was able to identify. Okay, I didn't see this second person that Ezekoye identified. I didn't see. So this is what happens in entrepreneurship. You may sometimes need to you must have a group. You cannot work alone. If you work alone, you will miss a lot of factors. Now, somebody just made a comment, say that it definitely makes more sense now. This is from Crystal Akilbang. He said it definitely makes more sense now. Why? Because somebody has been able to explain something. So that's the place for group work. And that's the place for mentorship. I could say that Ezekoye is my mentor. He can be my mentor in entrepreneurship because I was able to see only one person. When I was preparing for this, I conceptualized only one person, which is this one on top. But Ezekoye saw another person down here. And then another person who could also be my mentor saw a tree. And then some other people said, now, remember, as I said, even if your answer is, this does not make any sense, it is correct. This thing makes no sense. It is chaotic. Don't feel like there is anything, don't feel like you have anything less than Ezekoye, who was able to identify a second person. But what you should know is that you have your own gifts that are aligned in a different area. So if you are starting a business, you will need an Ezekoye. You will need a David Ezekoye in your team to work with you. You cannot do everything alone. You cannot work alone. And when you go to number 3, nobody was able to describe it this way, but I want to show you that this is someone's eye. This is a girl who has made some braids. You know, you see the braid in the hair. And this is the eye. These are the 2 eyes. This is the eyebrow. This is the eyebrow. This is the mouth. Okay, and this is the chest on the because this person is staying this way, and so this is this kind of the shoulder. I'm talking about number 3. So you see that now. This is a girl, but many people just called it that it's an environmental problem, or maybe some other ones were described that way and all of that. But now you see number 4. Do you notice something, that it's easier to identify this one than it is to identify this one? And this one is even worse. I've not seen anybody who made any sense out of it yet. And here now, there is nothing, it's a little more difficult, but here it gets even easier. And here, everybody agrees that this is a jellyfish. So somehow in life, at some point, it's easy for you to identify some things. And for some things, they remain chaotic for a long time. But whichever way it is, it's not a problem. Remember, today we are dealing with a topic that says global grand challenges and youth entrepreneur initiatives. Keep your mind there. Internalize it. Keep your mind there. Hook it there. And for young people who want to do entrepreneurship, this is the kind of problem you're going to face in the situation, in the society. These are the kind of situations that are available in the world at the moment. And so as you go to this place, it's easy for you to understand, oh, this is a jellyfish, beautiful stuff. And a lot of people were able to identify number 5 as a person drinking water. But even if you said it is a chaotic scenario, it's okay. Number 6, some people said that it is a, one person said that it is that it is an old person. It's like evidence of old age. So now I want to show you, these are the teeth, this is the nose, these are the 2 eyes. So this person is yawning. This person is, look at the 2 teeth down here. Is an old person who has already got tired. Another person said that he's like a zombie. So, but this person is yawning. From what I see is that this person is yawning, but unfortunately the person did not cover the, okay, another person is a hungry man. And then somebody said 7 looks like is crying, and another person says a screaming man. I say an old man. Yeah, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, number 7 is an old man. Oh, beautiful. I didn't even see that. Okay, number 7 is up there. Okay, then number 6 is down here. Okay, beautiful. Okay, then 7 looks like a person screaming or crying. Beautiful. So good. Okay, he looks frustrated. Oh, look at that, look at that. Now, these are the realities. These are the realities that we face when we think about business. When you want to set up a business, these are the realities you face. In the real world out there, these are the realities that are out there. So when you are in your school, you cannot afford to focus on just passing just getting good grades in your school, because the good grades in your school, the only benefit you are getting by in that good grade stuff is that you are going through the process of disciplining yourself to stay on one thing for a long time, trying to solve a problem to hit a goal. That's the real benefit you are getting. That's the real competency you are obtaining. In school, the real competency you are obtaining is that you are going through a process where you are engaging with a lot of young people or a lot of people around you. You get to fight with them, you get to be friends, you get to quarrel with them, you get to do great stuff. And at the end of the day, what you have actually gained is not the certificate you have. Somebody just said that Disney Ramos said that number seven, that number 7 looks like he's making a COVID test. I guess everybody can relate to that. Yeah, I can't remember how many. I'm in Shanghai. I have been in Shanghai for the lockdown we've had stretched almost 3 months. So, and in fact, in my residential area, almost every day I know that I did this. So I've done this almost 90 times just within the last 3 months. In fact, let's say almost 180 times, because every day in Shanghai here, we take this COVID test twice. We first take one at home, and then we take another one when we get downstairs to take the. There's one they call. There are 2 of them. One is PCR test. That's the one we normally take when we go down, and then the other one is antigen test. So yes, perfect. Thank you for your support. Yes, so we do the antigen test, and then we do the PCR test. So this indeed, and of course, you know that this COVID that has been making us to be opening our mouth like this, nucleic acid test. Okay, so this COVID that has been making us to be opening our mouths like this is part of the global challenges, and it's a grand one which grounded the whole world and has kept grounding the whole world for quite some time. Several parts of the world have been able to open up and do 1 or 2 things here and there. But in China, in several parts of China, the government is working so hard to make sure they hit COVID-0, and they are working so hard. They've achieved a lot of success with that, which led to on June 1, the lockdown that has been in Shanghai was lifted. And people are able to move around, at least sparingly. Anywhere you need to go to now, you still need to take the tests and have 72-hour valid tests for you to be able to move on to be able to go for anything you want to do around. And then when you get to anywhere, you need to show that evidence. So ladies and gentlemen, now who told us, just like we have heard many again and again, we have been told that this pandemic, another type of pandemic, is likely going to come. After all, nobody knew that this one was coming, and then suddenly it came. And unimaginable things happened. Unimaginable things happened. Who could imagine? In fact, the day that my what we call Shaochu, my community, my small community was locked down, I didn't know it was going to be locked down. I was supposed to help a brother to go make a transaction in the bank. I dressed up, left my home, and when I got to the door, when I got to the gate, I wanted to go out. I said, this is locked in the daytime, in the afternoon. It was around noon. I was surprised, and then I talked to the people at the gate, the gate man responsible for the gate. And then they told me that I can't go out. I don't speak Chinese so well. And for those of us who are in China or in countries where we don't understand the language so easily, we even find ourselves in another grand challenge, which is a really big one. And it could mess up your mind. It could make you, we've heard of cases of people who became depressed and, people, because they're not able to engage the way they're supposed to engage. That information may have been out there as I got to find out later. But I didn't have access to it because I was always so busy trying to see just what to do to push my things here and there online, and I wasn't going to come in contact easily with the Chinese information. However, I was also in touch with some friends. I have a lot of Chinese friends and people also friends from around the world, but somehow I didn't get to find out. And I was actually boldly trying to go out to make a transaction for one of our brothers who is in the UK. One of the members of the Organization of African Academy Doctors. Sorry, I didn't mention that at the beginning. And, a great organization doing a lot of stuff in terms of also solving challenges, in terms of global challenges, doing beautiful stuff to ensure that we are able to overcome these challenges that face us. And somebody said that number 6, they have been able to describe some things. Some people said like a tree. Some people said like a lightning. It's like lightning. I didn't see that before when I was preparing. So which is why I said that whatever your answer is, ladies and gentlemen, it is correct. But what happens is, what's important is, what do you do with that problem after you've understood it? So that's the wicked problem. And it's firing people everywhere. And I want to bring it home to Malaysia. And of course, not just Malaysia, developing countries. Today in this meeting, we have almost 200 people who are from, 135 people who are from different countries, but a good number of them are from developing countries. Remember that according to the World Bank, in what I showed you, some of the slides I showed you previously, only 80 countries were documented in 2022. Only 80 countries were documented as that's it. Yeah, that's the slide. Only 80 countries were documented as developed, as you see it here, and on 137 are said to be developing. So I think most of the people in this meeting today are from developing countries. So this problem of Malaysia is also similar to our problem in every developing country. So this is very relevant for everyone. And I've taught this over the years, and I've been able to explain this again and again to people. So what are these two big problems for Malaysia? Slow growth in labor productivity. Slow growth. The level of output is low. And when and then the second problem is low wages, which implies that people are working, people are increasing their capacity, but the wages are not commensurate to because over a long time, the growth, as a result of as a result of slow growth is not meeting up with the requirements, the required growth for wages. So because of that now, the first one drags down the second one, and it keeps on being a cycle. This has been a cycle in many African countries for the past 60 years. And this continues. And somebody has just made a comment that COVID is one of the biggest global challenges now. And indeed, this is reality, and it has affected Malaysia as well, very obviously, and as we all will be able to attest. And having taken note of this, so ladies and gentlemen, soon we're going to take, let's say, about 5 minutes break. We've just gone for 1 hour. But soon we're going to give you a grip. Let me just hit somewhere. Let me hit somewhere hard, and then we could give them a 5 minutes break for people. During the break, you may be able to you can have a you can raise up any conversation on the group, and we'll focus. And we're not talking about that. Or if you want to drink water, or if you want to do something, you can just do that within those 5 minutes. But just a moment. So this is a problem that is not peculiar to Malaysia, but it's available and it is biting every developing country. And for the first problem, regular citizens are the ones who can do something about it, because regular citizens are the ones who do the main work. They are the majority who get to do the job. Let me give you an example. In Nigeria, I'm Nigerian. In Nigeria, there are just about 10,000 elective positions, that get to become government leaders. They're just about 10,000. But the population of Nigeria is over 200 million. Malaysia has about 33 million, according to the most recent estimate, which we'll see in some subsequent slide. Nigeria has over 200 million people, and majority of these people are below the age of 30. In fact, over 50% below 20, then over 70% for the whole of Africa, over 70% below 30. Now, those are the people, those regular citizens, they are the ones that can do something about slow growth in labor productivity. Government is already weak, trying to do a lot of work on, it's not their fault. Take note, of course, we must understand that we all are also part of government. But the totality of all of us, we are weak already. We have low wages. With low wages, government can do very little. So because these individuals who are earning and what the government is paying them, the low wages are as a result of a low GDP or low output, which leads to, as a result of a low per capita, GDP. And you see now, that because of this low growth, it's a big problem. And it's interesting to observe that the over 200 million, it is not the about approximately 10,000 elected leaders in Nigeria that are going to change things in terms of slow growth in labor productivity. In Malaysia, I don't know, does anybody, our friends, majority of the people here are from Malaysia. So I don't know if you have some information about that, about how many elective positions do you have in the Malaysian government? Please, for those people who know about it, you may just drop us a figure, or somebody can search it on whether it's Google or Bing or whatever search engine you have. Please check it out and drop it on the chat box for us. So about how many elective positions. But the truth is that the huge majority, the approximately 33 million people in Malaysia, just about maybe less than 0.000% of them will be those who are in elective offices in terms of being leaders. Those will just be the people, who in those elective offices. So those guys, those people are not the ones that can solve the problem of slow growth in productivity. Rather, they can do something about low wages. But for them to be able to do something about low wages, we, the citizens, especially the young people, ladies and gentlemen, we, the citizens, are the ones that will empower our governments to be able to do something about low wages. The government will be happy to increase the wages if productivity grows. That is normal, because in many occasions, you don't even need a government to increase those things. For example, if you own your own business, the more you create services, the more you create goods which people are able to benefit from, the better for you. And the better you are able to drive things. So your education, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are in school and those who are out of school, your lifelong learning, because wherever you are learning every moment. You must be learning. If not, you are decaying. So whatever level it is for you, take note. You are the one. Being a young person, if you can set up a business, if you can work towards being an entrepreneur, that is the answer to low growth and the difficulty in productivity or the low productivity. That's the answer to it. So please, if anybody finds that information, just keep it for us. So we will continue with this slide. Let's have, so maybe during this time, somebody will be able to find that information. Let's have a 5 minutes break and we'll get back. If you want to stand up and stretch yourself, please feel free to do so within this time so that we can get back. So this time is, what time is it now? Now it's 9 minutes after 3. So let's say by 15 minutes, so 6 minutes, let's have 6 minutes break. By 15 minutes after 3, we will be back on. About 6 minutes break, I will begin to talk again from this point. So ladies and gentlemen, if during this period you want to say something, please unmute yourself and you'll be able to say something. Or if you want to type something in the chat box, we'll be able to see that within this period. So see you in the next 6 minutes at 3:15. This now is 9 minutes after. Okay, yeah, that's it. So we're having a break. We come back by 3:15 Malaysian time, which is also the same with so please, okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Maybe you may, our host, Jaja, you may, if you want to do something within that time, it's fine. Okay.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. You better tell the truth real fast, and then we're probably done at last. 'Cause I got somewhere to be, and you're done deceiving me into thinking I couldn't do better. Yeah, I know I was probably crazy, thinking someday you'd change. There's nothing left to do now, so I'm playing the game. And so, heartbreaker, I've been working you out. You made loads of mistakes, but none that you talk about. I'm watching every move you make, and I'm on to you. Come on, heartbreaker, give in and surrender to me. You should have probably let me go, but you've got a porcelain ego, talking fast and punching low, making sure that there are no traces of thinking I could have done better. Yeah, I know I was probably crazy, thinking someday you'd change. There's nothing left to do now, so I'm playing the game. And so, heartbreaker, I've been working you out. You made loads of mistakes, but none that you talk about. I'm watching every move you make, and I'm on to you. Come on, heartbreaker, give in and surrender to me.
Hi, welcome back. It's 3:15 now. If you have any question for about this sharing, you may type in the chat box, and we shall answer you later. And we will have Dr. Odi back in a short while he is ready. If you have not grabbed your tea or your drinks, please go ahead and get your drinks or go to washroom, and we shall start our session in a short while.
Yeah, beautiful. We're back on. Yes, so I'm going to share my screen again. Okay. Thank you, Jaja, for letting me share my screen again. So, okay, yeah. So we just moved to Unit 6 of the presentation, and that's it. So, can you see my screen now? Hello, please, can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, you can see.
Okay, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you. I was worried that I may have been lost again. Thank you, thank you. Right, yeah, okay. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, in fact, Jaja, please, I would really be happy if you can send me the song that just played, the first song you played. Life is like a winding road, no telling where it leads. Please, you could, if it's on.
Yeah, no problem. I'll share to you later.
Beautiful, thank you. I really love the song because it agrees with what we are doing. The global grand challenges that face us have made life to be like winding roads, and there's no telling where it leads. And sometimes that you've been able to get a lot of degrees or something like that does not mean you're going to be the best in what you're doing. And in order to prepare oneself, of course, we must be intentional about our preparation to get something about that. So we always want to check, what do we have? What can we do, to make things a little different for ourselves and to improve our lives as we make progress. Just like the little boy who spoke earlier said that everyone needs comfort. And in order to get it, people have to work for it. So what does Malaysia have? What are the resources that Malaysia have, on ground? What are the risks available? Because in every entrepreneurial activities, there are risks. What are the activities, that Malaysia has on ground? What capacity does Malaysia have on ground to deal with the global grand challenges that face it, just as it's facing other parts of the world? In my family, we understand and we share thoughts again and again, and we are training ourselves intentionally to understand that the world is a jungle. You see, this lion needs to eat. And if he doesn't eat, he's going to die. This gazelle has come out to eat. The lion has come out to eat. But unfortunately, the lion's food is the gazelle, and the gazelle's food is the grass. The grass is standing there, hoping to live, hoping to, hang in there for a long time, doing whatever grasses do. We don't know what grasses do. Just like this plant behind me, we don't know, we've been seeing it here, it's been growing. Every time we give it some water and it's just enjoying itself, just standing there, it doesn't do anything. I don't know, maybe they do something. But I think every living thing, no living thing ever wants to die. That's one thing that has been established. No living thing ever wants to die. No living thing gives up life without a struggle. Now, take an example. Even when people have said, okay, I'm done, I can no longer do this. Even when people have come to that point and said, okay, now I want to commit suicide. Some people come to a point in their lives and they say they want to commit suicide, which of course is unimaginable. Please, nobody should think about that. Your country needs you. Your family needs you. There are global challenges on ground and you are part of those who are supposed to solve it. How can you die? How can you kill yourself? It doesn't make sense. If you kill yourself, what's going to happen to everybody else that will hang around? And so whenever those thoughts of, okay, it's too much now and I just need to, because recently there have been a heightened occurrence of suicide around the world. So ladies and gentlemen, never feel frustrated to the point that you feel like, okay, there's nothing I can do anymore, so I just need to die. How sure are you that when you die, the problem is over? And indeed, we found that even for people who get to that point where they make a decision and say, okay, I want to die, when they put their heads on something, or when they drink something, or when they put their heads on a rope to kill themselves, by the time death begins, you see them struggling. You see them struggling. They don't really want to die because no living thing gives up life without a struggle. So in my family, we are preparing ourselves. One of the things we're doing is that we are training ourselves about the realities. Life's like a jungle. Everybody has to work hard, get your things together. We are reading, this is a family book reading project we are on at the moment. Every day we take a few pages and read. And it's all about, talking about the power of character, the power of character in leadership, the power of character in surviving. Because leadership is about being alive. Everyone who is alive is a leader. You are leading yourself first, and then you are leading other people around you. Everybody here has an influence. I want to ask a question. If you are in this meeting today, and can you think of at least 10 people that? Okay, now let me ask the question this way. If you have up to 10 people that if you ask them to do something, they will find it difficult to say no. If you have up to 10 people that if you reach out to them and you say, please, could you help me do this? They will find it difficult to say no. Can you please put them, what do we put? Put figure 1. If you have up to 10 people that if you ask them to do something, it will be difficult for them to say no. They would like to, they would like to try their best. Put them figure 1 in the chat box. If you have up to 10 people, I put mine, up to 10 people who, if you tell them that, they should do something, it will be difficult for them to say no. Somebody put 7. Okay, has 7 people. Okay. Actually, I was asking, everybody could just put, if you have up to 10 people, you could just put them, you could put 1, or because it's difficult for anybody to just sit in one place and think about all of them. So that's why I gave a code figure that maybe up to 10 people. Okay, yes, okay. Some people have dropped. 2 Piwe, okay. Moses, Lim, Hishan, good. Jiron, Tom, beautiful. 6, okay. Great. Okay. If you know the figure, if you know the exact figure, for me, I think I should have over 1,000 people that if I reach out to them and say, please do this thing for me, they will not want to. It is difficult for them to say no. I don't. They cannot say directly no. If at all they want to say no, they will find ways to explain. So I'm really sorry. I would have really loved to do it. They want to make sure. Now it's because I have been relating with them over a long time. Thank you very much. 666. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Oh, great. Yeah. So, okay, these are specific numbers. Okay, Victor. Oh, great. Yeah, interesting. Yuen. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Victor joined us from Nigeria. I'm happy he was able to make it. Thank you for coming on board. Yeah. So, okay, Lee. Okay, up to 6 people. Okay, so if you have a figure, beautiful. Yeah. So this is interesting. Now, the issue is that the implication of this is that you have some level of influence over these people and they will not want to say no to you easily. That means you are a leader. And even you are also a leader to yourself and you are a leader to your family members because they want to give some kind of difference to you because of how they care about you. So in my family, we are reading this book and it's been very amazing. So, and I hope that we'll keep learning from it. So what does Malaysia have? And what are Malaysians doing? You are in school, students of UTAR, you are in school, you are working hard. What you're actually doing is that you are preparing yourself to take on necessary, you are as a resource from Malaysia that is capable of taking on necessary risks to ensure that you do something for your country. So let that be very clear in your mind. Do not think that you are in school to learn just to get a job or to make money to take care of yourself Rather, look at it from the national perspective, that you are in school. I remember when in the last engagement you had with Mr. Thien Wat, he explained very beautifully how the brain works. That if you want to engage, one of the things that stood out for me that in that event was that he said that if you want to engage all the brains, because there's the left part of the brain and then there's the right part of the brain, and usually they work differently. But if you want every part of your brain to be trained in working together and working effectively, to have the whole brain cells, the whole brain systems working together, you will need to think of altruistic things. You need to raise the number of people that you think you are responsible for. If you think you are responsible for just yourself, your brain will be informed. Oh, don't worry. It's just one person you need to take care of. Don't worry. Just do your stuff. And that may mean that the energy is locked in you that could be deployed to solving problems around you will be reduced. But when you begin to think that I have a country to take care of, Malaysia, my country, needs me. Oh, so country needs my help. And what do I need to do about it? I need to prepare myself to be able to identify the problem, because for any entrepreneur, the first thing you must be able to do is to be able to identify the problem around you. If you're able to identify the problem around you, then you'll be able to begin to think about how to solve it. Some people have problems, but they cannot even identify what the problem, they cannot define the problem. So every problem is a business opportunity. But if you cannot identify and conceptualize it, then you cannot even begin. But that does not mean that you cannot be an entrepreneur. It's fine, just like the challenges we saw, whereby you see that we could not really tell what the problem was. Some of them were chaotic. Some of them could be made sense out of. When you're able to raise a team, for those who are able, some members of your team will be able to understand what the problem is, and they will be able to contribute to solving the problem, and they'll be able to help you to understand the areas where you don't understand. So that's why it's important for you to have a team, build a team for being an entrepreneur. We're going to talk about that, subsequently. So yes, this is what Malaysia has. Oh, Malaysia, congratulations. You have approximately 33 million people. And another beautiful resource you have is for you to understand that about 50% of those people are under the age of 30. They are 30 and under. That is a huge resource. What does that mean? It means that about over 16 million people, you have over 16 million young people, strongly, actively young people. As we speak right now in Malaysia, you have over 16 million actively, about 16.5 million actively young people in Malaysia. That's a huge resource. Below 30 years. At that stage, your mind is still capable of transiting from one thing to another. At that stage, many people are maybe just beginning, like a huge number of them are in their 20s. A huge majority are in the 20s. And in the 20s, most of them are not married. So you don't have a lot of problems that are troubling you. And that is the time you can take risks. Ladies and gentlemen, when you get old, the older you get, the more difficult it is for you to take risks. Because when you have a little boy, a little girl running around who calls you father or who calls you mother, when you want to take a risk at that time, it's more risky. We're going to see that in the subsequent slides. We'll see things of that nature. But I want to congratulate Malaysia. You have what it takes to resolve your global grand challenges. I picked this information from the official website of Malaysia, the Malaysia official portal of the Department of Statistics. So I didn't say it. That means I believe it's true, because that's what has been produced. So you are in that number. For those who are Malaysians here, students of UTAR, you are in that number. And having explored the global and Malaysian realities, what can you do to help? We took time to explain the problems that the world is having. We talked about the increasing number of non-state armed groups who are perpetrating and perpetuating terror around the world. Recently in the United States, and as it has been for over a long time as well, we've seen again and again increasing spate of shootings. Just before this conference, somebody sent me an email that was sent to one of the officials of the United States about an event they were supposed to have over there. But a certain African leader was telling them that we would rather that that if it's possible, could you move the venue of the event to another country, because they said that they are afraid that if they go there, they don't know what may happen. There may be some shooting during that period. Now, somebody may explain this or think about this politically or think about it, whatever. For me, I'm not explaining what it means. I'm just telling you what is in that information. And we also heard about the rising inflation. We also have the scares. A lot of fears are still in the air that some pandemic is still going to come around. Bill Gates has written a book and has again and again spoken on the possibilities or on the impending potential pandemics. Of course, it's normal. Anybody can project that. And but also some experts, scientists have been able to project similar things, that there are hanging potentials of some deadly, even more deadly pandemics than the COVID, which we are still trying to get out of. Is this a reason? Is this for us to be scared? No, we're not going to be scared. After all, we're already alive. The next thing we can do is to die. There's nothing more we can do. That's the highest, next biggest thing is for us to, is death. And when that is done, it's over. Anytime it happens, it's an expectation. Every human being who is alive will expect to die someday. But while you are still alive, what can you do to help? And in your response, these are some things you should be thinking about. Any answer you give is okay. Any answer you give is your feelings are valid. If you say, I cannot be an entrepreneur, it's okay. Your feelings are valid and your responses are valid. But I want to ask you, these are the things you should be thinking about. Do you love yourself? That's the first thing you can ask yourself before you answer that question. Then next you ask, do you love your family? I think that the first and the second one are normal. People usually say, yes, I love myself, I love my family. Then the next one will be, do you love your country? Some people have an option of not loving their country and nothing will happen. But if you don't love yourself and you don't love your family, it's a big problem, it's a big deal. And of course, that means you may kill yourself sometime soon. But hopefully, we want all of us to stay around, because the global, remember, these are global grand challenges. They are very ruthless. They don't care about anybody. They don't have mercy. And now want to actually you have only one option after you have thought about all those things, because most likely you love yourself. And in fact, let me not assume. Let me ask, please, if you may put in the chat box, if you love yourself, please put yes. If you don't love yourself, put no. And if you put no, after this event, please, let's have a conversation. Do you love yourself? Hey, yes, yes, everybody. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, a lot of yeses. Oh, somebody say yes, of course. Needed to emphasize. Oh, okay, somebody said middle. Okay, please, I would like to have a conversation with you, Trawe. Later on, let's have a conversation, middle. Okay, you're in the middle point, in the midpoint. Okay, let's have more conversation. And of course, I can have conversation with anybody, but special conversation with those who are not so sure whether they love themselves or they don't love themselves. Now, okay, now let's have another round. Do you love your family? Okay, please. Okay, let's drop it. Do you love your family? Oh, a lot of yeses. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes. Victor, yes, yes. Oh, somebody, Victor added yes with the red, with the red heart. Say that's extra love for Nigeria. Okay, we can know that Victor from Nigeria. Okay, Darren thing. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. There's a tricky one next. I don't even want to ask. I don't want to ask, do you love your country? Because some people don't love their country. And I don't want to expose them to danger. I don't know, maybe there are some government officials here that you say, if you say you don't love your country, they will arrest you. I don't know. So let me not ask. I'm not asking, but if you want to answer, it's your business. If you want to answer, you will not say that I was the one that asked you and put you into trouble. Okay, so I didn't ask. Okay, Tupiwe loves his country, beautiful, or her country, Simbao. Tupiwe Simbao, you love your country. Thank you for loving your country. Somebody loves the country in the midway. Okay, yes. Oh, Nalisa, yes. No government issues. Say no. Okay, somebody say no. Government issues. It's not a problem. I believe that nobody's going to trouble you. Yeah. Yeah, Gia said thank you for not asking. So, and for those who are government officials, if you don't love your country, then you have to resign your job. You say, okay, somebody say I love my country, but my country doesn't love me. Okay, and somebody say, I love the country, but no for government. Okay, this is actually a good leeway has just given us another perspective. Okay, actually, it's possible to love your country, but not love the government. And of course, government comes and goes. But indeed, we must all love our country. We should all love our country. We may not love the government, but we may not love a government at a particular time, but we must love our country. So please, ladies and gentlemen, every country is beautiful in their own way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, Jirong, thank you for that comment. Every country is beautiful in their own way. And in all of that, let us love our country. Because if you love your country, you will find it easier to think in an entrepreneurial way, because it will give you a defined space of operation, a defined space of thinking. It should define your thinking. In that, because you love your country, you are able to say, okay, I need to do something beginning in my country. But that does not mean you're going to work only in your country. Because now it's a global village. And remember, global grand challenges don't care. And they don't even know boundaries, as we're going to see in a subsequent slide. They don't even know boundaries. They just occur and they flow from one country to another without caring. For example, climate change. It is known that it is said that China is the highest emitter of gases, due to the heavy industrialization. But then it's also argued that that compared to the total population of China, like if you say, the concept of a gas emission per capita has been developed by Chinese researchers and also researchers in other parts of the world to discuss and to deal with that global grand challenge, which it takes no permission to happen anywhere. If the gases are generated in China, it doesn't care. It will circulate to Malaysia. It will circulate to the United States. And you find that also, there's also an argument for those who say that, because many people blame China, that, oh, China is the highest emitter, but they don't think about so Chinese researchers are saying that these people are not thinking about our population. We are many, so we should emit much. And then also, they have a case saying that China produces for many countries. China produces the goods used in many countries. I'm excited with Malaysia. Malaysia has made a lot of progress recently. The manufacturing sector has been booming a lot. And I also know that the sector, the agriculture sector, like oil palm. Malaysia is one of the, I think is the biggest. Is that the highest? Is Malaysia the highest producer of oil palm? Please confirm. Anybody want to confirm? I think Malaysia is the highest producer, and this is a huge source of income. Malaysia is also involved in producing machinery and electronics. These are the topmost products that emanate from Malaysia. So I give you kudos that you are doing that beautiful work. So it's important for you to love your country, because if you love your country, you have expanded the possibility of your brain engagement. Remember the lesson given to given by Mr. Ng Thieng Wat in your last engagement, your last conference. Remember, he said that if you are able to expand and you're able to think about beyond yourself, you're able to think about other people's problems, and you look for those problems. The more you look out for those problems, the more you are able to understand how you may be able to help. And the more your mind begins to engage, this is what I can do to solve this problem. If you solve the problem, people will pay you for it. That is entrepreneurship. Any problem solved receives payment. People will pay you for it once you're able to solve the problem, except you decide that, okay, is a social entrepreneurship engagement, or is a social entrepreneurship initiative, because there are different types of entrepreneurship initiatives. Remember, our topic today is global grand challenges and youth entrepreneur initiatives. Initiatives is about something you initiate by us, something you start, something that comes from within. You have a push within that has been generated as a result of what you have observed in the environment, and you want to do something about the problem. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it is an action for, it's a call for action. Now say, so when you live with an intention to solve problems, it is risky and stressful. I had a conversation with a lady some weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, and she said, "No, I was telling her, because this is something I'm passionate about. This topic is something I'm passionate about. I talk a lot about the need for entrepreneurship, and for those who are part of the members of the ODII who are in this meeting today, they'll bear me witness. I talk about this. You've got a PhD. It's not enough. That's not where to stop. You've got a PhD, so there's nothing special about that. Use your PhD to solve real problems. And solving real problems is not just about becoming a professor in a university. Being a professor in a university should not be your highest aspiration. As a professor in a university, you should still be able to do something with that knowledge of God, the experience you're getting through teaching and research. You should engage with some people, use it to create goods or services. The first is that you're going to make more money, but that's not even the focus. But the other is that you're going to be able to create comfort for some other people within the country. And when you create comfort for them, you have been able to give them another resource. You have been able to give them another raw material, which they can use for their own production, because you have been able to teach them and you have been able to engage with them at the entrepreneur space. So even though I've told you now, it is stressful, it is risky to think, to live with an intention to solve problems, because what it means is that everywhere you are looking out for problems. It's very stressful. That lady told me, I just want to get employed in a good company. I've done my PhD. I'm able to do some good stuff. I will get employed in a company, and I just want to take care of myself and my family. The danger of that kind of thinking is that it limits your brain capacity. Your brain is not operating at full force. And I reference again, researchers in different parts of the world have been able to confirm this, that those who have altruistic minds are able to engage more. And if you see, that's why you see that many people who are rich actually are also philanthropists, because they have that altruism. They are not pursuing their money just for themselves, but they are pursuing the money to use it to solve even more problems. Now, even though it is risky, even though it is stressful to live with an intention, the biggest risk a person can take is to do nothing. This is a quote from the famous Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and who talks a lot about entrepreneurship. He advises the world, all around the world, that people should think as entrepreneurs and do things as entrepreneurs. Now, this is my own quote. Risk is riskier to take when you have some little creatures who run around and call you father or mother. Take action young and do not avoid it later. If you happen to miss it when you were younger, Do not say, okay, I've become old, so it's okay. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Entrepreneurial initiatives for young people. No, don't do like that. Don't avoid it even later. And another quote I have, which is also contained in a book I'm writing: entrepreneurs live to challenge challenges that limit optimization of human potential. That's what entrepreneurs do. That's the goal of every entrepreneur. How do entrepreneurs do that? Let me give an example. PayPal. When PayPal was started, and which subsequently Elon Musk joined some of those other guys, in building it further and taking it further from where it was. PayPal today is very useful. Why is it useful? It helps people to make transactions irrespective of national currency restrictions. Somebody is able to make payment from anywhere. So those payment gateways, PayPal, one of the earliest ones, when it came out, how did it come about? It came about because some young people began to think of the fact that there is a problem here. People wanted to be able to send money to other countries. Maybe you are in Malaysia, I want to buy something in China. You are not able to. The Chinese people are not going to take your Malaysian ringgit, and you in Malaysia, you cannot receive RMB, the yuan, from the Chinese person. So through the payment gateways, you are able to overcome that challenge. So that payment gateway helped humanity to overcome the challenge of transactions. What does that mean for business people? It means that somebody who is producing something in Malaysia, or a service, whether it's good or a service, a website designer in Malaysia can work for a Chinese company to build their website, or someone who does coding. You can provide service for somebody in China, and the person is not afraid, is not worried about how to pay, because there is a payment gateway. So entrepreneurs live to challenge the challenges that limit that thing. The fact that payment was difficult to make has limited, for globally, it limited inter-country and intercontinental transactions for many years. But then somebody identified as a big problem and solved it. That's how to identify problems. What is it that is stopping people from doing what they want to do? Somebody wants to pay money to someone else, but cannot do it. You can do something about it. So think, look around you. Is there something that people want to do that they are not able to do? That thing is a business opportunity, and you can provide solution for it. Or even if somebody has provided a solution for it, innovation will imply that you want to create another solution to it that is faster, that can make people make more money even at a shorter time. So entrepreneurs live to challenge challenges that limit optimization of human potential. In Africa, across Africa today, intracontinental trade is so low. The volume of transaction between Africa and China is higher than the volume of transaction within the African continent, between country to country. The transaction volume between Nigeria is a neighboring country to Cameroon, and you can literally walk across the borders. But the volume of transaction between Nigeria and China is very much higher than what is obtainable between Nigeria and Cameroon, or Nigeria and Kenya, or Nigeria and Ethiopia, or Ethiopia and closely related countries, or Zimbabwe and South Africa in the southern part of Africa, or the Zambia and or Gambia. And you see, these things are realities. Now, for those who are Africans here, and even for non-Africans, remember, the world is your market. When you are conceptualizing the problem you need to solve as an entrepreneur, you don't limit it to your country. I repeat, don't limit your solution, the solution you're able to provide, don't limit it to your country. If you do, you are limiting yourself. So whatever solution you're providing, make sure people from any other part of the world are able to access it. That's called scalability, ability to scale it up, take it online, take it to the internet. It's already available. Several years ago, it was not available, but now it's available, and we should be able to use it. So yay, Malaysian young people. I hope you're going to be able to do something. If you do something, there can be intergenerational smiles in Malaysia. If you do something, I really love this Malaysian architecture, the beautiful, this beautiful city, the way it is so beautifully lit. Ladies and gentlemen, even in this beautiful city like this, there are a lot of problems. And if you want all Malaysians to be smiling like this, from generation to generation, you need to work for it. You need to work hard. So ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you, if you're here today, would you like Malaysia, Malaysian young people, whether in the secret or in the public, would you like their minds to be as beautiful as these people? And they are so joyous. Please, if you can make a response in the chat box. Would you like Malaysian young people to be full of smiles like this? Would you like Malaysia to be full of joy like this? Or your own country, for those who are not Malaysians, people from several countries in Africa are attending today as well. So would you like that this should be the case? You may make a response in the chat box. Yeah, beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! A lot of yes. Yes, it's raining. Yes, it's raining. It's raining. Yes, it's raining. Yes, it's raining. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, so we all love to wear this kind of smiles. So please, if you love to do that, one of the best ways you can contribute to it is for you to think as an entrepreneur. Today, the area of entrepreneurship you are supposed to manage or you're supposed to contribute in, it may still be confusing. It may be chaotic like those images I showed. It may be chaotic today. It may look like chaos, like it's chaotic, and you don't know whether you can do anything. So if you have to do something about it. And even if it's that difficult, what you can do is that you should keep thinking about it. Keep this image in your mind. When you are about giving up, remember this image and say, I want my country, I want my family to be full of smiles this way. I want my mind, not fake smile. If you look at these people, this smile is not fake. Look at this, look at this, look at this one, look at this. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at how handsome they are. Look at this one. Look at this one behind here. Look at that excitement. Wow. Look at that. Look at this. Look at how these people are so full of joy. This one was so full of joy that something seems to be dangling around here. Look at that. We want our hearts to be as lit, as beautiful as this place. How we can do that is for us to all think. Don't think that you will not be an entrepreneur. No matter where you work, even if you work for the government, still think as an entrepreneur, and you'll be able to set up some business. So ladies and gentlemen, these people, look at these people. They have done some great job for Malaysia. Do you recognize them? Do you recognize some of these people? You may type in the chat box. Do you recognize them? Let me start with these people. Does anybody recognize these old men? Anybody recognize them? Are you there? Does anybody recognize them? If almost all the things we've been putting before have been yes. If anybody doesn't, okay. Oh, recognize these old people. Please, what's the name? What are their names? I couldn't find their names when I picked the images. What are the names of these people? Do you know their names? Anybody knows their names? These old men. It could just be, I think it's only one face that we can see clearly. But if you can remember, it's fine, but it's not, it's good you know them. Now, do we know this sportsman? This sportsman, he's crying. At this point, his crying was the time he was about retiring from his career. He was just about retiring because of health issues, and he was crying. He got emotional. Please, do we know him? Do you know this man? Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we know him. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and this, him and his wife and some friends. Do we know this man? This man is the richest man in he's the richest entrepreneur in Malaysia. Do you know him? Robert Kwok. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. He's a great man. He has worked hard. And he has been able to do quite some stuff to help to solve problems. And he's a global entrepreneur. He owns some of the biggest. He is the owner of the Shangri-La hotel systems, which is everywhere. Okay, Sugar King. Everybody knows him. Okay, so he produces sugar. That is like his Dangote, the Dangote of Malaysia, the richest man in Malaysia, and Dangote is the richest man in Africa. So does Robert Kwok produce sugar? Does he sell sugar? Okay, I'm waiting for an answer. Is sugar part of what he sells or what he produces? Why is he called Sugar King? Hua Jan, why is he called Sugar King? Yes, while you're bringing me a response, let me also proceed. Yes, so if he sells sugar and he's the richest man in Malaysia, and Dangote also makes and sells sugar, then that means I should be looking into considering sugar sales. But this is a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make. They see that somebody is doing something else that is successful, and they will say, okay, I'm going to do a similar business, because this person is doing this and is succeeding, and is making a lot of money. So I'm also going to do something similar to that, and they will begin to before you know it, the area is crowded, and they are not able to make progress. Oh, I've been trying to find what my time is, and I just saw that the time is almost over. I need to speed up. So, ladies and gentlemen, these people have done their own. Now is your turn. You are like a superhero, and you need to do what you have to do for Malaysia and for the people. So these are the actions needed. These actions must be definitive. So the mindset adjustment must happen. It's unfortunate. I don't know if I've even gone half of my slides, but I think I've said many of the things that are in the slide. And excuse me. And hopefully in subsequent engagements, I'll be able to provide even more details. So mindset adjustment is required, and there'll be iterations in between, and then intentional education, and then intentional education. These are absolutely necessary. And then also you go to intentional execution. So, so these are the mindset adjustments that are going to be happening. Through what we have been doing today already, you see that some of our mindsets have been adjusted already. So if you keep the mindset of educating yourself to get a job, then you are not doing good to Malaysia and to the world. And if you see this place now, Malaysia population, this is the population map. And you can see that in this place now, all these things now, before they didn't make sense to us, but now they make sense, right? They make sense now to many people. And this population, and you see that this problem now, as your population grows, the population is covering, you see in this place, the population is just little and is not doing much. But as your population grows, it is supposed to be also overcoming the global challenges that fuel Malaysia. So Malaysia population is growing, and as it grows, like about the last estimate was said to be 29 million, but then it went to 32 point something million, or about 33 million approximately. As it is growing, the Malaysian population should continuously cover the problems of Malaysia. Solutions for Malaysia's problems will be solved by Malaysia's population, especially the young people in Malaysia. So it's not possible for you to leave the problems that are there and expect that anybody else is going to come to solve it from you, because people everywhere else are busy solving their own problems. Then there must be intentional education. Let us do this. I don't know if you have been able to see this before, but I think some of us may have seen this before. But now you see this block that is here now. what is the color? What is the color? Please, what is the color? This is are these two blocks, are the colors the same? Responses, let me get responses. Two blocks are placed on each other. Are the colors the same? Not same, nope, nope. I said not same, not same, not same. Okay, come on, no same, not same, no, 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 no. It's raining, no, it's raining, no. I'm happy we finally find something that we can say no to. All through the while we've been talking about everything is yes, 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 yes. It's good we have said no at this time now. Okay, not same, not same. So, and from the, nobody has said that it's the same. But now, look at what I'm going to ask you to do. Can you use your finger, the device you're using, use your finger to place it above, place your finger to cover the center. You see this place that is white? Use your finger to cover this place. Use your finger to cover this light from this point to this point. Use your finger to cover it. You can see my cursor. Use your finger to cover it. Use your finger to cover it. When you cover it, what do you see? If you have been able to cover it, what do you see? Use your finger to cover that place. Cover it well. Cover it well. If your device is too big, then you may need to pinch it to make it smaller so that you're able to cover that place. Okay. Oh, somebody said they are now same. They are now same. They are now same. Same color, same color, same color. Yeah, same color, same color. Now everybody is saying the same. But do you see what's happening? This is actually what happens in life. This is, you say, wow, same now, same. Okay. Oh, you say that they are the same now. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, let me tell you what happened. Wow, same. Okay. Keep giving your answers. Beautiful. Now, do you know what happened? What happened is that, so what is what happened actually is that, so you have done this activity. Now, this is what intentional education is like. Intentional education is like light. Actually, this is optical illusion. It was posted by an Instagram user called Kate Garraway on January 22, 2020. It was posted on Instagram. And this person, now you see, intentional education is like beaming light of information on the daily realities of your country with a preconceived decision to do something about it. You see, you put your finger there, you did something, and you saw that the colors were the same. So, Malaysian young people, you need to do something for you to be able to understand the realities that are facing you, that are around you. You do that with your education. Education is what you use to find out. And when you are getting this education should be a balanced form of education. So execution is the next bus stop after education. Whether formal or informal, hang in there and do not stop. Do not stop. Do not alight until you have products or services. This is the job of an entrepreneur. Don't stop your education. So this intentional execution stage, you need to find the business model. What is the structure of the business model, the mechanism? So I'm just rushing. We cannot do details. There must be income generation or service, product service demand, marketing, sales, accounting, innovating, and improving. These are the stages. These are the stages that you go through in terms of entrepreneurial sustainability. You need to think sustainability. And these are other ones. These problems now, we stopped at 7 before. This is number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12. So I made it 12 to let you know that there are 12 months in a year. Every month has problems. Every day has problems. These global challenges, they don't care about time. So, and you see that these things are continually going to be there. And so keep the problem prototypes before your eyes. Keep it before your eyes. Always bear in mind that these problems are there and you need to solve them. So, but this is the target. This is where we want to go to. Will you help Malaysia? Will you help your country? Maybe you're not from Malaysia. Will you help your country? Will you do something to help so that people will begin to smile like this? For me, these are some of the things I've been doing. These are my own entrepreneurial activities that I've been able to carry out as a young person. and I'm growing and I'm doing more. As we're speaking right now, I have about 2 other initiatives that I'm in part of the process of developing it. I have been also providing trainings about this entrepreneurship to several universities and to people in different parts, in different countries and different parts of the world. And in China also, these young people have come from I think some of the rural parts of China, Inner Mongolia regions, and then some other parts like that, Tibet. These ones are from Tibet, and they have come here. Sorry, I just noticed my laptop said that the battery is running down. Let me plug it. But while I'm plugging it, I'm telling you that these are my own entrepreneurial activities, which I am participating in. And the Organization of African Academic Doctors, OAD, have been part of it. This is a social entrepreneurial activity, that we're using to enhance the quality of life of people in Africa. So these are the teachings. These are images of myself, and also we're having a lot of online events, like you can see here. And the one we are doing right now. Then Together People International, I've been part of it. People Made Solution Group, PMSG, I've been part of it, consulting, and international. Also, there's an international trade arm of it. Then Nigerian Diaspora Organization in East China, I was part of it in terms of developing it, pioneering the process, being part of the group that put it together as a young person. Next Level Education Foundation International, the chairman is in the United States, and I've also been part of pioneering. Beloka Limited is also, I'm also part of, is a service, a sound, mega sound service providing company that provides sounds and for lighting and for major events, big events around the world. Then I'm currently developing a sustainability linkages initiative, which, so for my life, I live my life to create things. I'm also part of the board members of the Lordsmith Tech Company Limited in Nigeria, which employs about 900 people. And I have not stopped. I still want to do more. In fact, I don't even see myself as an entrepreneur indeed, because I actually spend most of my time as a lecturer in the University of Nigeria. That's my major entity. But then the law allows me to be able to contribute to other things here and there, as long as it's not as if I'm the one, the final, or I'm in charge of everything like that. I can contribute my energies here and there. So this is what happens when you have been able to make up your mind. So these are the initiatives I've been able to get myself involved in. And recently we had some big events where we had, the African Union get involved with the African Union, which the little boy introduced during his speech, got involved in, they got involved, and we've been doing a lot of things to see how we can enhance the quality of life in Africa through research, technology, and innovation. My hope, you remember this thing I showed at the beginning? You remember it? My hope is that these students who said that they want to get a salary job, maybe, or they want to become successful, this being successful is not defined, it's vague. As an entrepreneur, you must be definitive in your comments. It doesn't mean anything that you want to be successful. Talk about problems. Let there be a passion in your heart. Let there be something you want to do with your life. Let there be something you want to execute. And that passion is always somehow linked to your abilities. There are special abilities, things you can do without struggling, which you can, find out. I hope that the person who said that they want to make more money in the future, it is vague. It doesn't have meaning. Personal growth, there is no definition. You need to be definitive. That can choose the job you prefer. Forget about choosing job, think about creating job. But it's okay to choose a job for some time for the purpose of creating capital. And after that, you must think as an entrepreneur. Everybody should think as an entrepreneur. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that my sister Otar Jiajia of a DSSC department, will be able to, I will be happy if we can take this survey again later on, maybe not now because we don't have the time for it, but I want to be able to see later on. You can use, I will discuss with her on how we should do this subsequently. I would like to see whether your mindset has begun to change, and what you write is not what matters. So if you want to write that you don't want to do entrepreneurship, we're not expecting that everybody should write they're going to do entrepreneurship or they're going to solve problems. You don't have to do that. Just be sincere with yourself. Has your mind sincerely changed towards how you think about entrepreneurship and what you need to do for your country, Malaysia, how you need to be able to identify problems? And I hope that we can engage even further. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we are partners in progress. We're partners in progress. Global grand challenges do not respect international laws. Neither do they need visas to move from one country to another. This is also a quote from me that's going to be in one of my books that I'm working on. So ladies and gentlemen, look at how the world is. Look at how the world can be. Because these are pictures I just picked randomly from everywhere. And this is not how the world is, but we can make it like this. May the whole world be full of smiles for the old and the young as the global army of youthful entrepreneurs, Gaias, march out with diverse entrepreneurial initiatives to solve environmental, social, and economic problems that threaten our very existence. If we're able to do this, that means we are living a sustainable life. I wish that students of ODII shall be spotted at the forefront, innovating solutions, overcoming problems, and getting paid for the comfort arising from your product and services. I wish that this will be what's going to happen. May your well-adjusted, all-round intelligent, well-educated brains and powerfully skilled hands bring joy that overflows. This is one of the students of ODII who was receiving $25,000. I don't know what the person did that he received that, but I know that he did something good. And that thing he did is something that is able to provide value for people. That's why they gave him that money. And he's going to use that money to do something that's going to provide even more solutions. I don't know, do you people know that person? Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know that man who whose image showed up? So now I'm handing back over to our sister, Gia. Please, over to you. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Please,
thank you so much.
my
Thank you so
apologies.
much for the sharing and also a lot of information. You have prepared a lot for today's sharing. And of course, we welcome to the crowd if you have any question for Dr. Odi for today's session. And also, we would like to take a group photo together as well with all the participants. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the question, we can take a group photo together. And also, just now, Dr. Odi, you mentioned you would like to ask the question to the participants, right?
Yes, yes.
The question, can you repeat? Because later on, I will be sharing the evaluation for the participants. Maybe I can add that question in.
Okay. Yes.
If not mistaken, the question is, what is the purpose of your education? Is that the question?
Yes. Based on your education, I'm just going to, based on your education, that's the same question. What is the purpose of your education? I think just something very simple like that. What is the purpose of your education?
Yeah, no problem. I'll add it in the evaluation, then for them to have some time to think and answer, and I'll share the response to you as well. All right, for all the participants, let us turn on the camera so we can take a group photo together. And you're welcome to turn your mic to say something to the speaker if you want to. Hi, hello everyone. All right, I see a lot of you. I will take a screenshot at the first page and I will go to the second page.
What is it?
Dr. Odi, is your son around? Do you want to take a photo with him as well?
Sorry?
Your assailant Is it has his name? Is he here?
Okay, yes, it's still here. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want him to be in the screen as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mukoma, please come over. Mukoma, come over here.
And we can take a photo together. For the Utah student, you may take a screenshot yourself as well.
Mukoma, please come over.
Why
Come over here.
cannot open camera? I think maybe your device. You check the setting and see. I'm not sure whether is it a Zoom setting or your device setting. All right. Okay, we will take a picture together. Everyone, thumbs up. Okay, ready? I'll go for first page. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hold on a second. Let me take a photo, and I'll go to second page. Okay. All right. Everyone, thumbs up again. Don't turn off your camera so I can take a screenshot together. And I think if you are around, then you can take a screenshot as well, because for my side, you might be at the second page, right? Okay, everyone ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's see, is there more?
Taking my page.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll go to third page. Okay, right. Everyone ready again? Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let me see. 1 second. Yeah. Check. Okay, one last one. Okay, one last one. Okay, ready, everyone? Ready? Thumbs up. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. All right. Nice. Thank you very much.
Great.
Photo taken. And I will share the evaluation in the chat box as well for everyone to fill out. And if you have any question or you would like to say something to Dorothy, you can actually put in the evaluation, or you actually can type here as well. And I've shared the evaluation. Please do fill up and give your feedback or your thoughts about the session. And thank you so much, Dorothy. And Salem, is his name, am I pronounced his name correctly? Is your son name is Salem, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. I thought I pronounced it wrongly. All right. Thank you so much for today's, and thank you for him for the sharing as well. Thank you so much. And I shall end the recording.
Thank you.